y'all? You tuned in to another motherfucking episode of Sorry If I Offend You. And today I got the one and only Stephen Alemais. I said it right?
Yeah, you got it.
There you go. So I'm just gonna kick right into this shit. The reason why I brought you on this motherfucker is because bitches. Nah, but okay, when I told
talk about bitches. Women.
just to be clear,
bitches. I like to refer to them as
women, ladies, queens, you know, all that. Honestly, the big thing is you're an athlete, right? Okay. And there's always this question like, okay, is dating different for an athlete? The obvious answer is yes. Let me put it in perspective for you. As soon as I told, you know, we have a mutual friend, but as soon as I told my shout out to her. But as soon as I told one of my other homegirls, I was like, yo, I'm gonna get this dude on here. We're gonna talk about, you know, whatever. I said he plays baseball. She was like, oh shit, baseball players got money. So it's like, you know, that's the first thing that she went to. And I'm not throwing shade or nothing because, you know, everybody likes they like, everybody has a preference. It is what it is. People date for certain reasons. But you being in the position that you are, you're what, 26 years old now?
Yeah.
I did a little bit of my Google, you know, Google tells it all. Did a little bit of my research. You were signed at 21, which is very young. And now you're 26. So for you, how's the dating scene been?
How's the dating scene? I mean, you definitely get a lot of attention. I'll tell you one thing, something that changed for me is when I got a blue check. That for sure changed for me. Because it's just like the blue check has so much power that people don't understand that it has. It really does. People think it's like a joke, but I remember when I was 21, I would DM people that I didn't think would ever reply back, and they replied back.
Once you got that motherfucking blue check.
Blue check. You know what I'm saying? It's like a sense of power or a sense of something in society, I guess.
Like entitlement.
Like an entitlement, yeah. But everyone knows that dating an athlete is different, you know, but we come with this bad connotation that we're hoes, you know, that we're mujeriego, which is in Spanish is like a man whore. And yes and no, you know, it's, you know what it is that it's just, it could go both ways, but I got teammates that have wives and that have kids and stuff like that, and they're chilling. So it's just, I think it's a preference thing, and it goes both ways, and it could, you know, you could be.
You trying to play innocent now?
You could be wifed up and play, and you could be single doing you. So it's either way. It could work both ways.
Have you seen a lot of like wifed up players still fucking with girls? Because I mean that's common too. Because bitches really do throw pussy.
100%.
Like,
that happens. You know, it happens all the time. But there are guys that don't do it. So it's not like, you know.
What's the craziest shit like a female has said to you since you've gotten the blue check? I know you guys
know. Like, fly me out here, buy me this. I've gotten so much stuff. I've gotten I get so many DMs like, oh, pay my rent, or like if you want to talk to a girl, like, oh, why don't you take me shopping, or why don't you like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy because in the beginning of my career, I might have been like flying people out, you know, but then like as you mature, you understand that like this is not for me personally, and hopefully the other guys too, they understand like it's not something that because you start to see that it really is like, I know I'm not like, not to be arrogant, but I know I'm not ugly, but it's like, do they really like you for you, you know, or are they using you? So like when you try to mature, you get away from all that stuff, because at least for me, because it's just like, what's the point of that, like of that experience if at the end of the day it feels like it's like a transaction? Does that make sense? Like, oh, if I'm like, fly me out here, I'm flying you out. You're not flying out for nothing.
Is that a rule? That's an unwritten rule.
I mean, it's not a rule, but for 90% of the time, guys are not flying girls out just to like hang out.
You never know. Sometimes they just want to hang out, have a nice dinner.
I've done it. I got two of my homegirls that they hang out with me all the time. Sometimes wherever I'm at, they'll come and be like, yo, I'm gonna come chill, whatever. That's cool.
But and you fly your homegirls out?
Sometimes, but I got homegirls that make money. I got homegirls that got money, that make money.
That's key.
I surround myself with people that like at the beginning, I wasn't like that, but I try to surround myself with people that are doing their own thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. So at the beginning, like you said, use a trick, but
no, was a trick.
use a trick. No, but now going into dating, since you've matured a little bit, do you only look for women like? Is there certain things they need to do? Like, do they need to have a business before you even look at them twice?
Not even.
I have like a job.
I'm super picky. Like, and I think most guys are like, when it comes, especially athletes, we're just very picky because you gotta understand, like, the girl we choose is gonna represent us. At least me, like the way I see it is like, I want my girl, like, if I leave her alone at an event, that she can handle herself, that she can speak well, that you know, they're not gonna be like, oh, that's, you know, she can hold conversations. She's not that she, you know, because most of these girls, a lot of these girls are half naked on Instagram, which is cool, but not that she's naked on Instagram. That, like, if I have a team owner that's like, oh, let me look at Stefan's page. Oh, he has a girlfriend. Let me see her page. Like, these are old white men with a lot of money, you know, that are gonna eventually, hopefully, invest in you. And it's just, to me, it's not a good look. You know, and I'm not saying girls can't be out here, you know, half naked. You know,
I know. I'm like, I just posted a bikini pic. So are you throwing
no,
shade?
yeah, you know, bikini, but you know what I'm talking about. You know,
yeah.
I'm talking
the
about.
OnlyFans,
Yeah,
the promos, $15.99.
Like, yeah, so it's like, you look at that stuff and it's just like, that. Is that really the girl you want that's gonna be representing you in the long term? Does that make sense? At least for me, that's the way I look at it. Some people don't care. Me, I look at it that way.
So have you had a girlfriend recently?
I haven't had a girl in a minute. I had a girl I was talking to maybe like last year, and then I had an official girlfriend like 2 years ago, but nothing like serious, because I'm so picky that I don't just give my time to people in terms of like, I'm very observant, so I look at.
You don't want to get caught out with nobody.
Not even get caught out, because I don't mind getting caught out, but like, I'm not trying to be out here getting used by somebody that doesn't even, like, not really feeling me, you know. So like, I'm very observant, like, and I just pick up on things, and once I see something I don't like, I just eliminate it right there.
You just be like, fuck it, that's it. It's a one-hit quit.
Yeah,
you're like, done. That's it.
Like, that's it. Yeah, like, I'm not, because I already know, for the most part, guys know from seeing or hanging out with a girl, whether they're gonna take that girl serious or it's gonna be something they're just messing around with. If that makes sense. Most guys, they know that as soon as they hang out with a girl.
So is sex on the first date a no-go for you? If you're thinking about dating someone, let's say you meet a girl, whether it's online, you meet her in the bar, you meet her in church, wherever you want to meet her, and you guys go on a date, and then, you know, time's going by, we're grown, we're adults. Just put it this way. I'm gonna paint the picture for you. You're adults, you're having fun, you've had a little bit to drink, you guys are vibing, you don't want to end the night, so you're like, you know, fuck it, let's kick it, have a little nightcap. And then one thing leads to another, and you guys sleep together. Does that automatically X her out for you?
Not necessarily. I've been in both situations, but not necessarily, because to me, I'm a type of person that I'm very big on energy and the vibe. If I'm vibing with you, doesn't mean because you slept with me that first day that it's like, oh, I'm no longer gonna fuck with you. In the past, I would probably, like, when I was younger, because I was immature, I would be like, oh no, she's, you know, I can't take her serious because she slept with me on the first day. But now that I'm more mature, it's not really about that. It's just how you vibe with the person. If I'm vibing with you, I'm just gonna take it day by day. Sometimes for girls, how comfortable she is. Usually when girls sleep with a guy on the first day, is one, for the most part, because she feels comfortable.
Thank you for telling me, a female. Why?
Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right. I'm just being funny. Like, I completely agree.
From my experience, that, you know, if a girl's about to sleep with you on the first day, it's because she feels something about you that she feels comfortable enough to open up to you.
Like your wallet.
If a girl don't feel comfortable, she's not gonna open up to you. So, I don't think it's like a rule. Like, I'm gonna rule her out because I slept with her the first day. But guys, from nature, we like to chase. That's what keeps us, like, you know, that's like, so it wouldn't hurt to not. Me personally, this is the first time I'm saying this. I don't even try nothing on the first day. An exclusive
first time.
I don't even try nothing on the first day ever.
Unless you don't even try to peck.
Unless I'll kiss and stuff and make out, but I won't try nothing past that unless the girl, like, throws herself on me, like, yo, like, what's up? Like, I won't even. And you'd be surprised how many girls would say, like, yo, damn, like, Not that there's a lot of girls, but
I'm like, oh yeah.
You'd be surprised how many people would respect you more for that. Like, oh, he didn't even try. Like, he didn't try nothing on you. And I don't do that as a tactic. I just do it as a respecting to women. Like I said, I'm not, unless the woman's like throwing herself at me, I'm not gonna be like, oh,
If she's throwing it, are you catching it? Yeah. Yeah. He said, fuck yeah. It depends what she looked like.
But it depends too, because when I was younger, it was more like, for me, it was quantity, because I was young. I was like, oh, whatever. I was in the, now to me it's more quality. I'm more focused on quality than quantity.
Do you want to get married? Not to me, just like in general.
No, yeah, of course.
Okay. Like, marriage isn't everybody's ideal. I always grew up looking at like sex on the first date, doing shit with people, all this shit was negative, but I also grew up with brothers. So it was like, I barely was even allowed to have a boyfriend until I was a senior in high school. So I look at things a little, I had a very sketchy situation with my brother. One time I brought a guy home. I was literally a junior in high school. I brought a guy home and we were sitting on the couch watching a movie and he made us switch couches. Yeah. They didn't play that shit. So, like I grew up in that. So I totally get like the whole, what people are saying, like, oh, if you let someone sleep with you on the first date, it's whatever. But when I got older, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I've slipped up a couple times.
Of course. I do believe like for a guy, for most guys, it depends on the person's, on the guy's maturity. I do believe that for most guys, if they do fuck on the first day, to them it's like, oh, I got it already. So it's like, it's not no longer a chase to them. So they no longer feel like they need to put in work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But there's, like I said, there's different people, there's different guys. Some people, me personally, I'm more about the vibe. If I'm vibing with somebody, why would I want to stop that? You know what I mean? Like the chemistry's there. Why would I want to stop hanging out with that person just because we had sex? And now if the sex is even better, then that's just a whole different topic.
So if you vibe with somebody and then you have sex with them, whatever, what is the moment where you, and this is first date, whatever, you jump into sex early, where are you like, I'm like trying to get inside advice. What do these motherfuckers be thinking? But after you had sex and you guys kicking it, whatever, would you automatically like, not friend zone, but fuck buddy zone that person? If another girl comes around and isn't giving it up as easy? Because when you're juggling more than one person, when someone's easier, even from a female's perspective, when a guy is easier to talk to and wants to do everything for you and wants to hang out all the time, the guy that doesn't really pay attention to you that much, or like sprinkles in a little razzle dazzle of hanging out with you, usually that's the person you're like, damn, I want to find out more about them, versus the person that's always in your face.
Yeah. So what is your question? What are you trying to ask?
The question is, do you automatically fuck buddy zone a girl that you have already had sex with if another girl that's not trying to give it up comes around?
No, I don't. I mean, the way I think now, I don't, because the way I think now is just like, I'm the type of person I go with for like the flow. If I'm not like, I feel like our world has gotten very like guarded in terms of like us as humans. If I like you, if I like, for instance, you, if we're hanging out and I like hanging out with you, why would I stop that? Because all of a sudden we have sex. It's like, oh, but that's us being guarded as people, that we feel like, oh shit, I got a friend zone her, or maybe I should just make her a fuck buddy. But like me, I don't know. Me, I'm the type of person, I'm very open and honest. I wasn't like that before, but now I'm very open and honest, and I just go with the flow. Like, if we fucking, we fucking, but like, I'm not gonna put a title on it. Like, oh, I'm not gonna like put it like, oh shit, she's my friend with benefit. Does that make sense? It's just it's tough to explain. Like, I don't know. I'm just a little different. But like when I was young, I was very like, I didn't give a fuck. I was out there. I was just like, yo, whatever. And when you're younger, you tend to lie because you want to tell girls what they want to hear. But now it's just like we're so much sure that to me, women deserve more than just lying to them. Like, and a lot of times they'll respect you more if you tell them the truth.
I can't tell if you're trying to play the nice guy or if you're really the nice guy.
I'm being that serious though. Like I'm being honest, because when I was younger, I used to fuck around a lot, and at the same time, I got hurt doing shit too. So it's just like, I grew up with a single mom, so it's like, I saw what she went through. So it's just like, women,
you don't want that.
women to me are the most beautiful thing in this world. To me, like they're the most fragile thing in this world. What you guys like, the sacrifice you guys go through, pregnancy, everything you guys go through. So it's like when I think of other women, like I have respect for them because at the end of the day, like I have a mother. I don't have a sister, but I have a mother. So like I've been in situations where I'll blind date or like I'll hit up some girl on the gram and she catfishes the fuck out of me. But as a man,
still hang out with her.
Yeah, like I'll be respectful and cordial. I know guys that will be like, nah, fuck that, like, and just bounce and like, you know, like at the end of the day, that's a woman. You know, you don't know what the person's going through. So like if I tell this girl to let's hang out, like I'm still gonna enjoy the day as much as I can, even if it's not what I like, you know.
So the whole time, are you thinking like, damn, this bitch fucking catfished me? What's the worst you've been catfished?
When I was younger, there was this girl that I was talking to.
What is younger, like 21, 22, 19, 18?
I was probably like 19, 18.
Okay.
This girl I was talking to on the gram, and she was cute in the face. And then when I met her, she was like 400 pounds. Like,
you're lying.
Big, and it was just like I couldn't, you know, like.
He said mad big. I couldn't get around
and
it.
It's fucked up, like, because it's fucked up because now that I think about it, like, I went to meet her at this place, and like we showed up, but I bounced. Like that's fucked up. You know what I mean?
That is fucked up. But it's fucked up. She lied.
I think of situations, but she didn't really lie because when I told my boy, when I went back to her page, a lot of her page was from like here and up.
I knew it. It was the neck and up pics.
So it was like cute pictures, whatever, you know. And I think about shit like that now. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Like you never know what that girl was going through, and she would have, you know. That was a pretty bad one because I was just like, I was not expecting that. It was like a big girl, and I thought I don't like big girls. You know, I don't discriminate, but
big girls are beautiful. All the BBWs, please hit his DMs.
All the girls
are replying all summer.
Nah, not replying all summer. But you know, I think of situations like that on the damn, I could have been a little nicer, you know?
What would you have said in that situation though? Like, okay, to me, I think the show catfish is fucking hilarious because it is true. Shit like that really does happen. There's exes that hide on other people's pages and try to blast you. There's boyfriend, girlfriends that do it. There's old friends.
And you know it's whack because it's like if they lied to you, you should be able to tell them the truth. Like, yo, you lied to me. Like, yo, you fucking catfish me.
But people are so scared of the truth that it's like, okay, but I think now society has come to, and not everyone, because you know, we're not the only people who matured. There's still a younger generation that's lying and shit. But I think truth has become more accepted and more wanted from everybody as a whole. So I don't see it happening as often, but I definitely see like the catfishing with the filters. Fucking Instagram filters are the biggest catfish. I'm not gonna lie. I would literally be chilling in the car and I'm like, damn, I want to post a picture like just because I'm bored, but I'll look a hot fucking mess. So I'm like, what can I throw on that's not going to make me look different? It's going to make me, you know, a little razzle dazzle, a little pizzazz. And it will change you from like the 6 you look like to at least an 8 or 9. It's some shit. It happens to guys and girls. I've been catfished by dudes so many times, not the weight thing. You know, it's never necessarily that, but it's always like, okay, he kind of looked fine from the side. He took a back pic and I was like, okay, he kind of looks good. And then I link up with him and I'm like, you're medium ugly. What am I supposed to do with that? Or we're the same height.
It happens. So you gotta be pretty straightforward about it. Like,
do you ask do you ask questions? Do you believe in meeting people on Instagram? Let's just get that out the motherfucking way.
Yeah, of course. It's kind of sad.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about this the other day. We were talking about with my friends. We were talking about relationships, and it was like, I was talking to my dad. We were like joking around, and I was just like, bro, like you were nothing near me in terms of like,
I look better than you.
No. Yeah, like that's like, and he was like, what? He was like, I had every girl on the block, and I'm like, on the block.
On the block.
I got girls in London. Like, what are you talking about on the block? But that goes to show you. That's why relationships are so fucked up now because you're so accessible to the next thing so fast. Like that's what my dad was telling me. He's like, bro, back in the day, shit hit the fan. Like we had to work shit out. Like me and your mom, we'll fight. We won't talk for a month, but we'll come back to each other. You know. Now it's just like you break up with your girl, you got another girl in your DMs waiting for you, or you got temptation. Like yo, you know what I'm saying? It's just so accessible. So that's why relationships are so much harder. That's why me like.
Like the internet making it harder.
That what?
The internet making it harder?
And the internet is making it harder because you're just so accessible to anybody around the world like this, like London, California, wherever you want.
Damn, you got bays in London? You said it a couple times now.
No,
are you looking for a London bay?
I used to talk to a girl in London.
I like London. I traveled to London. Have you been there before?
No, I haven't.
It's actually very lit. I went to London and then I traveled. You know, it's like when you're there, you might as well just hop on a flight or hop on a bus and get to the next city. Yeah.
If I go to London, I would want to go out there for like a month, like a backpack trip, and just stay out there for a month, different places.
I did London, Rome, Paris, and that was it. But I mean, it was a fun little trip. It was cool. It was good little vibes. But there was so many people from everywhere there that I was like, holy shit. There's people from the States. There's a lot of people from like Amsterdam, everywhere, Ibiza. Like there's, like you said, on the block, there's only so many people that you can come across. But once you start traveling, and then also with like
is that there's so many people to meet. Like we had that's why like
there's like there's over a billion people in the world.
And that's the bad part about it, is because it's like when you stress over somebody, you're like, damn, there's so many people out there. You over here stressing about one person, which is kind of a negative way to think about it. But it's just the truth. There's just so many people out there.
It's negative, but also I feel like it's necessary too, because there's some times where you get tried like one too many times, and it's like, okay, there's somebody else out there that's gonna be that person for you, or no?
No, yeah, 100%. But like, I'm grateful that through baseball I was able to travel, because when you're able to travel, you get to meet a lot of people in a lot of different cultures. And New York is like, me, I don't even like talking to girls from New York, because they're so one-minded that it's just like, it's frustrating to talk to them, because it's just like, bro, like, get out of New York. You would see people, like, there's really cool people out there that have really dope personalities, and you over here stuck up thinking you the shit. And it's just like, you never been out of New York, and then you meet people like in Florida, you know, just different parts around the world. And you're just
in like, Florida,
in Florida, California, wherever. But there's like really cool people. It just goes to show you, like, there's more to the world than we think we know. You know, and that goes back to like when you, like, as an athlete, that's another thing. We're so accessible to so many females. Especially this is like, oh, he's cute, let me DM him, let me cute. And it's just like, it's hard for a guy not to say, especially if you're single, to say no to like a pretty girl, like, you know, like, so it's just me, I don't know. When you start traveling, you notice that people are different. You meet very cool people, like very nice, dope people. And everybody's just in a different vibe, which is why I don't even like talking to people from here, from New York, because they're just very rude. They're very arrogant. They're stuck up. And then you go down south and you're like, oh, these girls are mad cool. And they're just like, oh, friendly.
Until
like,
you hit Miami. Then it's like, all right. Then you're like, or Atlanta.
I mean, yeah.
It's different type of people.
Atlanta's ratchet to me. But
Atlanta's very ratchet.
I like Miami. You know, I lived there for a little bit, and I stayed in Florida. I like Florida a lot. You meet people. You get to meet different people. And for athletes, it's tougher for us, and I think that's why they consider us like whores, because
is that why?
Because it's not hard. It's easy when you have. It's like if like 50 guys hit you up in your DM, 25 of them are probably gonna, or maybe less because it's guys, but for the most girls, are gonna be somewhat attractive. And if you're single, you're gonna be interested. You're gonna be intrigued. It's like, all right, who's this person? Who's that? Especially if you're single. Because you don't belong to nobody, so you're just like, okay, she's cute. Let me answer. You know, it's just.
Have you had anybody try to like? Okay? So you're an athlete. That means you have an image, and you already know that. Have you had a woman try to extort you or try to like somewhat blackmail you into doing something for her?
I had a girl fake she was pregnant.
How you know she was faking? I need the tea behind it. How she told you she was pregnant and how you found out she was a liar.
Cause the date, I was freaking out. So this girl had texted me, and she was just like, "Yo, like, I'm pregnant, blah blah." I'm like, you lying, like
you lying?
Like that's not even possible. Like, no, but it is. Boom. So I was like testing her. I was like, all right, like, and as fucked up as it sounds, I was just like, all right, cool, like. I guess you're gonna raise to see how she reacts. I was like, I guess you're gonna raise the baby by itself, blah blah blah. Like, I was just saying different things to see, and she was just like, okay, I'm gonna keep it, blah blah blah, whatever. So I was like, damn, she's serious. Like, she's not playing because somebody else would be like, oh, you're not gonna raise your kid.
You piece of shit! I can't even fucking believe you.
Yeah, and she was like, I don't care. I'm gonna raise this shit by myself. Blah, blah. I was like, oh man. So I got to a point where I got so serious that I had to tell my parents. I told my dad. I didn't tell my mom. I told my dad. I don't even think my mom knows to this point, so I'm probably not gonna show her this. But I told my dad, and I was like, "Yo, this girl claimed it." Anyway, ended up being that she sent it like a sonogram, whatever, and the dates didn't add up. Like the dates didn't add up to when I had sex with her, and then and my dad's girlfriend picked it up when she saw the picture. She's like, "Yo, but it says 8 weeks ago, and you had sex 3 weeks ago with her. Like it didn't."
Right, that's just fake.
Some crazy shit. And then she was like pretending that her sister was her mother. And then my dad found out like that her dad's an author and her mother was an author. Her dad was like in the Marines, so he got in touch with them. It was just like a big ass thing.
What?
She wanted money to abort the baby. She's like, yo, send me $500. I need to abort the baby. So me, I was like, yo, here's $500.
Yeah, say less. I'm handing shit out.
Ended up being that it was all a lie. And yeah.
Was that while you were already like signed, or was that like prior to it?
That was when I was in college, but I was like a big thing.
Yeah, like you were. She knew you were set.
Yeah, so I was like a big thing in college. So to her, she was just like, "Oh, I got him." But
I got his ass. That's it. $500. Yeah, I'm rich.
So it was stressful because I've never been through something like that before. Because I'm very careful when it comes to that. So.
That's what everyone says, but honestly, anytime, just in my opinion, anytime you lay down with somebody, no matter how much precaution you take, you have the risk of having a child with them. Because anything can happen. Anything 100%. Can happen.
A girl could lie. She'd be like, I'm on birth control. Like, you good.
You good. Why would you take you good, though? If you say, pray on it, just fuck it. I don't know. I mean... Male's perspective is a crazy thing when it comes to trusting a woman's word.
I was talking to one of my boys, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's like a very big person in this world, and he was telling me the other day, he's like, yo, bro, I think I'm gonna start having to have girls sign contracts, like just straight up like
NDAs.
NDAs, like, yo, because some of the shit he tells me was like, I was like, yo, that's crazy. And you put up with that.
My ass from the back.
And but it goes to show you there's like levels to it, you know what I'm saying? Right. There's certain levels, and I was just like, yo, bro, I would go crazy if I gotta deal with that every day. Do you imagine a girl come over like, hey, can you sign this paper? Hey, can you sign this paper?
How would you even approach a female and say that?
Like, listen, man, I'm trying to protect myself, and at the same time trying to protect you.
Let's just sign this paper. We can keep hanging out.
Fuck it. You can look it over. We can hang out.
Look it over, read it. I'll give you some glasses. We'll be straight. After you sign it, we just kick it like normal. I feel like that would be a mood killer.
Yeah. So yeah, that definitely would be
like. I feel like would you if you're start handing out NDAs, are you gonna tell her before she comes, or are you gonna tell her when she gets there? Like, hey, there's a stack of papers. Right there.
I would. That's something definitely you gotta mention before they come.
that you need an NDA. Hey, before you come, just know.
Why would you waste that time? Because then you come here and say, I'm not doing this, but I leave. Now you're wasting my time for no reason.
Now you know my address. That's what you have to tell their ass, right? Because people are spiteful.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I probably wouldn't sign an NDA depending on who the person is. Like, if I genuinely fucked with them, I'd be like, damn, you don't trust me? Like, if I was genuinely trying to fuck with them, but obviously you're protecting yourself.
Put yourself in our shoes. You know how many girls say that? Damn, you don't trust me? Or damn, you don't...
Turn around, fake pregnancies.
You don't think I'm on the pill, or you don't trust me? You don't gotta use a condom. You don't trust, like, man and girls say that too. So it's just like, we gotta protect each other, ourselves. You gotta protect you, and I gotta protect me.
Mm-hmm. Are you masked up or no? Most of the time.
That what?
Are you masked up or not nowadays?
Always.
You lying? Always? Or 95% of the time?
98% of the time.
98. The other 2%, shit happens.
The other 2% is, I don't know, maybe somebody you like, your main girl, the one that you're messing with the most. I don't know.
You gotta throw that 2% in just in case somebody listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in case, you know. You the only one, babe. Don't worry about it.
You fucking liar.
You fucking lying ass. What's the craziest story that you have that you are willing to share? Since stardom, essentially. Since getting that blue check.
When it comes to what?
When it comes to intercourse, women, anything, a situation, what's the craziest shit ever? What's some shit that you're like, damn, I'll never forget that this shit happened. And it's all because of this blue check.
I'll give you one. So I was talking to this girl in New York, and I'm like 3 months talking to this girl, like, yo. So I go to spring training. You know what spring training is?
Yes.
It's like camp before the season starts.
I watch sports, baby. Don't you worry about it. I got you.
Like what's going on in football right now. Mm-hmm. So spring training every year is around February, March. So I've been talking to this girl from New York for like 3 months. I like this. I met her out here in New York. Fine girl, whatever. She behaves well, blah blah. So I'm in spring training with like, I'm young, so like I'm not on some crazy shit. But there's guys on my teams that make 10 mil, 12 mil, like a year, like crazy. So there's just one guy on my team that makes a lot of money, but he's like they teach you in baseball, like you take, you know, like if you're a guy, a veteran that makes a lot of money, you like kind of baby bro, younger guy, you know, like you show him the ropes. So there's a guy that makes a lot of money, and you know, he lives, when he's not playing, he has a good life. He lives a great life, you know. He lives in Miami. He's chilling. Lives life. So we're in spring training, and he's like, yo, I got these 2 girls flying down with the shits. Like, you with it? And I'm like, damn. I was like,
say less.
He was like, I'm flying them down. But we're like, just a movie, right? I'm like, all right, cool. For the weekend, they're going to be cool. And he's like, I trust him because I know the type of people, the type of girls he be with. Like, I know, you know.
They look good?
Yeah, with fine girls. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, boom. So the day comes, they arrive, oh, the Uber's here. Yo, they're coming up, whatever. And I open the door, and there's the girl I'm talking to.
I knew it. I was like, it's Shorty. How did she not? But she doesn't know what team you play for? I'm confused.
That's what I said. How can you be so dumb that you didn't put 2 and 2 together? It was like, yo, oh, he plays for Pittsburgh. Oh, he plays for Pittsburgh. Oh, but they don't know each other.
Why wouldn't you ask your homegirl? Yo, like, are you the girl that got asked to go? I'm confused.
That's fine. I've been asking questions about that. But anyway, but the funny thing is, my boys like, yo, I got these hoes coming.
I got these hoes. You meanwhile,
so
you talking to her.
Yo, when I saw that girl's face, I was like, damn.
So how did you handle that? You acted like you knew her, or you acted like you didn't know her?
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Stephen. Blah, blah. Yo, and she played it off like that too. Like, oh, I'm Stephen, because, well, see, there's 2 different lives too. There's guys who pay for stuff that I know, like one of my boys, he pays girls, and there's guys that these guys that don't need to pay, like don't feel like they need to pay. Anyway, I played it off good. I was like, yo, I'm Stephen, what's up? And I started talking to her friend. What am I doing?
Okay. Like, so okay, so she was there for the guy.
She was there for the guy. She brought a friend.
She's savage. That's risky as fuck to have done that.
Bro, how do you not put 2 and 2 together? And like, I was like, yo, he plays here, he plays here. Like, damn, at least pick 2 different teams.
Right. At least pick 2 different teams or something.
But it was crazy because you don't understand. They was like, yo, I got these hoes coming. They with their shit.
Did that hurt you?
A little bit. Because when you get to know somebody, you feel like you know somebody. So when you find something out like that, you just like, it will hurt anybody because you're like, damn, I thought you was something different, someone different. So
do you come across a lot of like, to me, I feel like a lot of guys, and I don't know about like in baseball, but a lot of football dudes, a lot of basketball dudes, and a lot of like rapper shit like that, they end up fucking with the same girls, especially the same rich girls.
I was having this conversation the other day, and the reason, because I'm gonna tell you the reason that is, baseball is not as big. There's guys that be out there, but baseball is not like, it's weird because baseball's not like football, NFL football, they're out there more because in the NFL you play once a week, and the NBA you play 3 times a week. In baseball you play every day, so you don't really have the leisure to be like going out like how these
season's crazy for baseball. It's like soccer when season's in.
Bro, it's like, it's the longest season, but it's also, we play every fucking day. We play 162 games. That's like ridiculous. In basketball, you only play 80 games. In football, you play 16. So it's not like we don't have the leisure to be like, oh, I'm gonna go clubbing. A lot of guys will go out, but they don't be like how football. You know what I'm saying? NFL, that they be in the scene. I was having this conversation the other day. The reason why the same guys mess with the same girls in the same industry is because those girls, for the most part, stay in that industry, and the guys stay in that industry. So, for example, if I'm in Miami and there's an event, the girls that are lit, that are like Instagram famous or whatever, they're gonna be there, right?
Mm.
The girls there's a lot of pretty girls that don't have followers and that whatever, but those girls are famous because they're always at those events. Because okay, let's say if I'm one player and you're another player from another thing, and I meet this girl, I'm like, damn, she's bad, because a lot of them are beautiful, but a lot of them don't have substance because they're there to try to live off of somebody. You get what I'm saying? Like they're trying to like catch a come up.
They're boring. Yeah.
No, not even boring. They're boring, but they're for the most part they're there to try to catch a come up. Like try to like meet some guy that's gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna take care of you for the rest of your life, and then that's how girls.
And they can live on Instagram.
And they can live on Instagram.
Fucking slim tea or whatever.
A lot of those girls, they hang around the same area, so it's just like it becomes a point. It's crazy because I was at a party. It becomes a point where it's just like, it's like, damn, I'm gonna talk to you, but I'm gonna try to talk to the girl that niggas talk to less. Meaning like for you, if not just an example, but if I meet you, I'm like, damn, I hope only 2 niggas here talk to you instead of 10 type of thing. Does that make sense? But I feel like that's why people date in the same industry, because the same people are always in the same events. Like if you really think about it, like you go to Miami, and then when all these people for what's the thing that just happened in Miami? Rolling Loud.
Oh, Rolling Loud. I was like, what?
Rolling Loud. And it's just like certain girls are there that's gonna be at another event, and so you always see the same people. So after a while, it's just like, yo, oh, I want to talk to her. So it's just like, it's crazy because the world's so big, but when it comes to those like parties and shit with football artists and stuff like that, it'd be the same girls. Like I got a spot here in Pergola that I go to in New York City. It's like my favorite spot that I've taken many people, but a lot of celebrities go there. Every time they're in town, they go there. And like you see NBA guys go. So upstairs, there's 2 floors, right? There's the upstairs, there's like a more of a private, and then there's a downstairs, like more of like people like are standing,
social,
dancing, more lit, social. I like downstairs personally because I'm more of a social person. I don't like being quiet and eating. And so
you just like to starve and drink.
So like the other day we was there. The other day Carmelo Anthony was there, Rihanna was there, A$AP Rocky French was there. They all went upstairs. And I go there so often that it's so funny to me that I see the same girls with different athletes. Like
you see it recycled.
Yeah, like I'm like, yo, you was just with this nigga the other day. Look at you, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah.
And me and my boy, we looked at each other like, bro, it's just funny because we see them go walk upstairs, and I'm just like, I don't know, it's just funny to me. But that's why like the same people be in the same area.
What I thought it was like, okay, these girls kind of, I mean, essentially you're dating in your somewhat tax bracket. I don't know what their pockets look like, but it's what their lifestyle seems
most
like.
of them don't got pockets, so that's the thing.
But how you live, to me, it's confusing to me how people live on someone else's pockets. So it's like, how do you mean?
It happens all the time.
It does happen all the time, but it's like, how? Would you just ask for it? Like,
what do you mean? Nah, think about it this way. Me, okay, I'm gonna tell you how, because at the same time, it's like there's certain levels to it. Me, if I was making probably $300 million, like some people I know are making, I'll probably be like, yo, I'm going to Miami. I'm flying you out, right?
Everybody, fuck it, let's ride.
Fuck it, right? You don't care. You have the money to do that. But when a lot of people, like, for instance, like, that's the thing too. It's just, what's your priorities? Like, are you living in the moment? A lot of guys live in the moment. A lot of guys are like, yo, I'm living for now. Okay, so some guys are like, yo, I'm gonna save up and live for the future, or I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna have fun, but I'm also gonna be cautious of what I'm doing. And it just becomes that. It's just like my boy the other day, he was telling me, one of my boys I grew up with, he's like, yo, that's crazy. Like, he's always with this guy is always with a bunch of bitches. And I'm like, bro, like, you sound like a hater. Like, that's whatever. That's his life. Like if he can afford that, let him do that. Like that's cool.
His
like,
ticket. You don't even want that.
Like that's his thing. And like,
yeah.
And that's what it comes down to, is just like, oh, for instance, I'm like, yo, bring 2 of your homegirls. We're gonna go down to Miami and we're gonna have fun, whatever. And which a lot of girls they're not gonna say no because everything's
gonna be like, bet, say less, bitch, you got us. We riding.
But everything's gonna get taken care of. They're gonna be on a boat. They're gonna be chilling. They're gonna be taking pics. Cool. You don't stop. You can't hate on another nigga's person. You can't hate on another woman because a lot of girls be hating too. A lot of girls be like, damn, she's on a boat. Blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, she's living. Cool. To me, I'm a person that like let everybody live their life, like the way they want to live it. Like personally, I think I live a very fun life. I have no complaints in my life, but I'm also working towards becoming richer and stuff like that, because I'm young. So it's just like everybody has to live their life that they want to live without judgment. Some guys, they'll spend that money. I know a guy, one of my boys, he pays for pussy.
Most guys pay for pussy. Let's just get that out the way.
He'll be like, yo, he'll fuck, and he'll be like, yo, here's 2 bands or 3 bands. And I remember I asked him one time, I was like, yo, bro, he's not that good looking. So I get it.
So that's a disclaimer.
But he makes $12 million a year. So I was like, I had straight up asked him, I'm like, yo, how does that work? Like, this is the guy that I told you, like, kind of big, like my big bro. And he kind of sat
not
me
big
down.
Bro.
Yeah, my little, showed me the ropes, my little mentor. So he kind of sat me down, and he said, the person that taught him was another player. I was like, yo, this is how. But you look at these people, and they're all ugly. Like, of course you're gonna pay for. And that's the thing, like, and me and him, one time we got into a falling out because he's like, yo, you're like like, he took me out a lot to Miami. We went out. And it's just like, I'm a rookie. I'm not going to be paying for a $30,000 tab.
Right.
Thing, like, I'm not there yet. And it's just, I have no shame in saying that because it's just what
that's just real.
So we got into it one time because he was bringing all these girls.
And they wanted you.
And they wanted me. And he was just like, bro, I'm over here spending all this money. And all these people are on you. Like, and like, I told him, I was like, bro, like, no disrespect, but like, I'm
cute.
I'm not trying to talk to your girls. I'm not going out of my own, like, yo, trying to be funny. I'm just vibing. I'm chilling. And I remember we had like a little falling out, but we're cool now. But because I told him, like, bro, you cannot be mad at that, whatever. So he kind of sat me down. He's like, and I was like, yo, how does that work? Like, do they just ask you, like, yo, I need $22,000, or hey, I charge $2,000, or I charge
hey, it's $300 a minute, just so you know.
And he told me, he was just like, nah, like, he just gives people. Sometimes girls will be like, hey, I need to pay my rent this week. Okay, here. How much is your rent? You know, shit like that. Or like, oh.
That's wild to me.
So let me tell you. So I was just like, I told him, I was like, yo, that's crazy. And he was like, but you know what it is? When you're young and you have money and you want to have fun, right? Like, for the most part, you want to enjoy. You want to get that phase out of your life where you just fucking everything. Girls talk, right?
Duh.
So if I invite you, for instance, this is the way he explains it. If I invite you and I'm like, yo, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to fly you out, boom, bring you down to Miami, whatever, California. I like Miami. I keep saying Miami because I like Miami.
I know. I was like, damn, you've been to Miami 20 times in this combo.
And then I'm like, yo, I'm going to give you 5 bands after whatever. What are you going to go do? You're going to go
tell your homegirl. So he gave me 5 bands.
This nigga took care of me. So what is your homegirl going to do?
Try to fuck with him. Or his friends or something, or try to see who's on that.
So it's just like, he was telling me, he's like, bro, like, as an athlete, he was like, I was taught to not be stingy because when you're stingy, it brings a bad rep to you. It's like, damn. A lot of this information is on Google, right? So it's like a lot of girls will be like, damn, you're mad stingy, but you make $20 million a year, right? For instance, right?
Right, but you don't get that $20 million up front.
No, yeah. You get it throughout the year, but I'd be like, me, I make $20 million a year. I work my whole life to make $20 million. You don't make that much. You get what I'm saying? You don't make that.
You make what you make at work, okay? Take your ass to the streets.
So, like, that's what he told me. He's like, yo, girls talk. So what that does, that brings you more hoes because girls are going to be like, yo, this nigga, he took care of me. So another girl's going to be like, yo, damn, I want to fuck him because he gave me 5 bands. I want 5 bands. Oh, what's up? Next you know, she's liking your pics and you're like, oh, she's bad. So what's up? And then
say less.
Now you
we outside.
You know, so it becomes like a cycle of like of this that, like, you know. And this is one baseball player I know that he's a really good friend of mine too. I know me and him know mad girls, and every girl they always tell me like, yo, your boy's mad stingy, and he makes probably one of the most out of all the people I know. He makes like $240 million, and they're like, yo, he's mad stingy. I'm like, yo, bro, you can say stingy as you want, but at the end of the day, he made $240 million. And it's just that to him, you know what I'm saying? My other boy he's making 24 million a year. My other boy's making 8, but he's still giving girls, and he doesn't really give girls. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like people's priority is different. Like some guys want to live in the moment. Some guys just like, nah, you just a girl. Like it just depends.
To me, I feel like nobody else's money is owed to you just as well as it's flipped when it's a female making money. Because there's instances where females make a lot of money and you don't want to give it up either. Everybody works for their own. So it's like, if somebody wants to give it to you, I think it should be an option. But I don't think it's mandatory.
This generation has made it that a lot of girls feel like it should be given to them. And if you really think about it, like, not even to sound whack or not even to sound like stingy, but like if you think about it, like, imagine a girl living off you and you worked your whole, like, athletes work their whole life to make this money, right? It's not like they don't make that money because they got lucky. Like, we have a certain skill, whether it's basketball, NFL, football, baseball, that now you can enjoy however you want. But to have somebody like feel entitled to your money, a girl to feel entitled to your money when like you're just like, bro, you wasn't there when I was struggling, you wasn't there when I was hurt, whatever. It's just, to me, it's crazy because a lot of girls feel entitled to money. Like,
I think when women start dating specifically athletes or rappers or people with money, they do feel entitled. It's just the hard truth. Like, you don't really come across a lot of people that don't.
There's some athletes and some artists and some whatever that they put their women on that pedestal that they're just like, yo, I'm gonna take care of my girl, blah blah blah. But a lot of these
girls, girl Birkin.
But a lot of these girls are not your main girl. A lot of these girls are just there for a couple bucks, you know, so or like
couple bags
that, you know, for the most part, that it's not gonna last. So it's just, I don't know.
So at what point do you, and I know you're out of your tricking phase, we've already got that out the way, but I know when you date women, I'm assuming that the women that date you, there's an expectation no matter what, even if they're not saying like, oh, you're gonna pay their rent. If I'm dating somebody, and this is just me being blunt, if I'm dating an athlete or I'm dating somebody who has money, somewhere down the line for Christmas, for my birthday, for something, I'm expecting a good gift for that. So at what point do you only, like, if you, now that you're mature and you've learned, like, you know, the ins and outs, do you only like trick off on like holidays and birthdays, or like after 3 months you're like, I'll take you on a shopping?
It just depends on the girl. There's guy. How about you? Like, think about it. There's guys you'll meet and you're like, damn, I'm really feeling this nigga, right? Same thing with guys. There's girls I'll meet and I'm like, yo, I want to see this girl tomorrow and I want to see her the next day. And there's girls I meet that I'm like, I wasn't really feeling her, but she cool. But like, we'll hang out again. But it's like, it wasn't. And there's girls I meet that I'm like, they leave and I'm like, damn, yo, when I'm gonna see you again? You know what I'm saying? So the same thing is like with
gift giving.
With gift giving, gift giving is limitless. You go as much as you want or as much as you can. If you're really feeling somebody and you want to give them a gift, just give them a gift. If you're not really feeling them, you know what I'm saying? A lot. Me personally, I've done like social experiments where I'm just like, I meet people and I'm like, oh hey, like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a real estate agent. Just to kind of like.
I'm a real estate agent.
Serious.
With all those fucking tattoos, do you wear turtlenecks?
Yeah, I'll be, and then later they find me on the ground. They're like, you fucking liar or whatever. But like, I do that because I like to see the way people react to certain things, and the way people react tells me a lot about themselves. You know, like I've dead ass had a girl who's like, oh, someone told me he was an athlete and walked away. Like,
damn.
That's not somebody you want to be around. Does that make sense? You don't want to spend your energy like. So it's just the gifting is like, people are different. Some people give gifts all the time. Some people, depending on for me, it's how much I'm feeling the person. If I'm really feeling you, then I'm gonna go as much as I want, all out. To make
when you tell them that you're a real estate agent, do you give them your full name or do you give them a fake name? Because they're gonna Google you. I don't care. Women are detectives.
Nah, you know what's crazy? I heard that one of my homegirls was like, because I was trying to put one of my boys on.
I be Googling. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, one of my homegirls. I was trying to put my boy on to one of my homegirls' friend, and she told me, she was like, "Yo, when she's like found out the name, the first thing her homegirl did was Google how much the nigga makes." And I was like, "Yo,
it's a thing." Like, especially when you're an athlete, when you're an artist, when you're fucking in any type of field that you're getting money. I don't know.
I know you're interviewing me, but now let's switch the script. Why? How about you answer me that question?
Because you want to know, like, no bullshit. You're like, okay, let's say if you're a female and you're like, okay, you meet this dude, he does this and that. You want to see how much they make, because it's like, honestly, if that number is high enough, you're like,
what if the number's low?
If it's low, then you're like, okay, this is a regular person. I don't know. Then I guess it just depends.
What's a regular person, though? That's the thing that I'm...
A regular person is like, 60, you know 70 a year.
Like, what's a regular person? Like...
Okay, let's say you're an athlete and I look you up and your net worth is under 5 mil. I'm gonna be like, you're regular.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, that's the bare minimum. Like, that's not even, what do you mean?
Is that your bare minimum?
That's not my bare minimum. I'm just saying, like, in general.
But you threw that number out there. So for
I just threw that number out there. Am I interviewing you or are you interviewing me? I'm trying to figure out where it's going. I ain't the one on the hot seat.
Because we're talking about women, so it's good for your people to get a woman's perspective, especially yours, since you're the one on this podcast.
Thank you for flipping that on me. I appreciate that. But yeah, okay. If I'm looking at the bare minimum,
all right,
then...
So guy makes less than 5 mil. Regular person.
I'm just saying that doesn't mean I wouldn't fuck with him. I just was trying to see where that, and I watch sports. So if I don't know your name, or if I don't, like, I'm not up on baseball like that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna see who this motherfucker is. But if I'm interested in someone and they see, let's say, do you want me to give you a real life example?
Sure. Why don't you give your people a real life example?
I will give my people a real life example. So I was traveling, and I won't give exact where I was going, but I was traveling and I met somebody who played for a football team that I did not watch. Let's just say Drew Brees is the quarterback. But wow. Okay, thanks. Yeah. So I met him at the airport and I didn't know who he was. He was a rookie at the time. And he would just kept like, I seen him look at me, but I'm like, he got all this like, workout gear. It's like warm-up gear he had on, but I don't really pay. I didn't give a fuck. I thought he was just a fan. And then he came up to me and he was talking to me, and that's the first thing he said. And I was like, okay.
For the Saints?
Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay.
Too, like, I've been there too. Like, I've been
there.
It's just,
but why? Why do y'all do that? Like, for what reason?
Like, yo, I'm a real estate agent. I've been there. I'm like, yo, like, you Google me real quick. Like, so it's just like, I don't know. Because it's like, I don't know. If you know what's crazy, if I were to probably take someone serious, I'd probably tell somebody I'm a real estate agent. If I just want to like pipe right away, if like something fast, I'll probably be like, yo, like, I'll play baseball.
But what's crazy is I was like, oh really? I hadn't heard of him, so I was like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna just talk. I was going to DR, so I was taking a quick stop in Miami. So he wasn't gonna see me regardless. So we just like FaceTime, but I was right on Google. I was like, what the fuck is his net worth? Like blah blah. And when I seen he was a rookie, I was like, we'll see. We'll see how far I take it. I'm not gonna lie. That was my exact reaction. But that was when I was like 21 too. Now that I'm mature.
If you think about it like that, it's kind of sad.
It is sad, but it's like, at least I live my truth. So it's like, okay, when you're that age and like, okay, an athlete's trying to talk to you, whatever. Okay, let me see what he's about. Cool. If it's
like whatever. I saw I reposted the other day or yesterday. It said that's a lot of what is that? Let me tell you right now. Look it up. You probably saw it. But it was something like a lot of women, what is it? A lot of women don't want to be millionaire. Or something like, not many women wants to be a millionaire, but many women want to date a millionaire, or something like that, or be with a millionaire. But
it's easier. Like I'm not saying that's where I'm at in life. Like I definitely want to.
And if it is, it's cool. That's your life. That's your preference.
Nah, to me, I feel like if you go after somebody with money, and this is after experience of being, I was young and I'm like, okay, I start meeting athletes, I start meeting rappers, shit like that. You realize what you want or what you don't want, or even meeting people who get money. It's like, okay, you realize how you get treated, honestly, the difference between somebody who's regular and somebody who's getting money, and you see what you want or don't want. And also you see that when you bring value to the situation, you get treated a lot different, because they're like, damn, she might leave. She may not.
A lot of women don't bring value.
Right, but I'm saying the women that do are able to.
I get it. Because that's what they had that meme that was going around. It was like I cannot date a drug dealer anymore, because like, what do you mean you don't got $5,000 in your pocket? Like, that shit is real. When a girl gets treated a certain way, it's like, and then you go to a regular person, like you say, and then you're not getting like maybe a regular person can't pay for your nails every 2 weeks, but somebody with a lot of money could be like, yo, toma, your nails, hair, whatever. The people that could are gonna do it, and the people that can't are not gonna do it. You get what I'm saying?
It's really all about what you accept. Same thing from a man bringing in a woman, whether they have
just like
something of their own or not.
It's like levels to everything in life. Like a lot of these people that are making 300 million, whatever athletes that are making stupid money, they weren't doing that at one point in their life. So they weren't flying girls out left and right because they didn't have that money. Now that they have it, they're able to enjoy it. Does that make sense?
No, I mean anybody. I think anybody, if you work your ass off enough to get that money, then enjoy it however you choose to enjoy it. But I don't think that it should be demanded whether you're an athlete or not. I think a lot of people don't see it as that, and a lot of women see athletes and as a meal ticket. But it's like, okay, sometimes that meal ticket run up though. Sometimes that meal ticket finds somebody who has the qualities that they're looking for in a wife. Like, okay, you're looking to get a bag for yourself.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I know not recently, whatever, it was kind of recent. I know this couple, they were married. The guy is stupid loaded. He's from Florida. He had his wife that was beautiful Spanish girl thing. And he used to tell me because he used to throw like a lot of parties, whatever, but they used to kind of fight a lot. She was a lot younger than him. But he used to tell me, he's like, yo, bro, like, I tried to open up business for her. Like, I try to do stuff for her that she can do her own thing, and she doesn't want to do it. She's in that. Yo, she wanted to do this fitness thing. I told her to I'll pay for it, whatever. All this stuff to put on a position of
better herself.
They divorced, and now she's serving bottles in Miami. He tried to, like, open up a store. Let's open up this. Let's do that. The smart girl would have been like, yo, I'm going to take advantage of this.
Hell yeah, because you don't find a lot of people. That's an easy bag.
You don't want to take advantage of the guy, but you're like, yo, I'm going to make money. I'm going to make my business. If I got somebody that's going to support me like this. And now she's struggling serving bottles in Miami. So it's just like.
I think that if you date somebody who's better off than you, whether you're the male or the female, you should take advantage of that and grow. Because if you're not, then what's the point? Yeah. Besides the image or whatever, you don't care if she's gonna better you as far as like make you think smarter financially.
100%, I care. If I'm gonna take a girl seriously, of course, that's the qualities I want in the person that I'm gonna be with, in terms of like the person I want to marry. Because you don't want to be with somebody that's not gonna elevate you, that's not gonna make you a better person, that's gonna just drain you, that's just gonna bring you down. So like if you're looking to settle down, you look at qualities like that. You look at qualities like, all right, damn, what can she bring to the table? Not like I don't want to be the only one bringing the table by myself,
Right.
And I think every guy does, and that's why like the guys who are famous and they settle down because they know they got something good. Does that make sense? That they publicly, whether they're doing their dirt behind their back or not, but they publicly go, oh, this is my girl, because they know like that girl is there to better themselves.
All right, this is the last question I'm gonna ask you. What is your opinion on BBLs? They're giving them out like hotcakes right now. So I'm just trying to see, because every athlete, rapper, all that shit that I know, all the girls have BBLs.
I'll give you I like natural, and I like both. So you come up here to New York, everybody got BBLs. Everybody looks the same. They look like they all got the same body. So I was having a discussion, like maybe a while ago, something like that. I was talking to this girl. She's like, "Oh, what do you like? You like natural? You like fake bodies?" I'm like, personally, I would like natural. Obviously, a girl with a nice body, that's natural. But she's like, "Oh, but you follow all these girls with fake bodies." That I follow all these girls with fake bodies. So she asked me straight up. She's like, why all these guys follow all these girls with fake bodies? I said, because at the end of the day, as a guy, it's nice to look at. Like, not for real. Like, big, titties, big ass is nice to look at. Or if you fuck, it's a nice view to fuck. But to marry, you want to be. I mean, for me, I want to be with somebody natural. I'm not saying that I won't be with a girl with BBL. You never know, because you can have a.
You're like, just in case you got a BBL and you look good.
It doesn't matter. But whatever is that girls, whatever makes them happy. They're doing it. Everybody's doing it. You know what? I feel. And
women are queens. We back on this.
I feel like, yeah, they are queens, but I feel like a lot of these girls are doing that to gain the attention of somebody. Like, yo, let me look crazy. Let me get crazy hips, because that's what attracts a lot of these niggas. But if you really think about it, a lot of these niggas just want to fuck.
So you think that girls get BBLs for guys?
They get it for themselves, but for the most part, I think they do to impress. I do. To impress.
I think so too. I think BBLs are only for image, and it's like,
okay,
that's what I'm saying. We want to look good. I
but
can look good how I am.
But a lot of girls, don't want to look good to look good for themselves. They want to look good because look at social media.
Society says you gotta have titties, you gotta have ass, no stomach.
Yeah, look at Kim Kardashian, look at all these people, all these artists, celebrities that they're out here. Look at Rihanna. Rihanna's natural. But
I love Rihanna. I'm like, she just became a billionaire. I fuck with her, but she's always been natural.
Look at Kylie, look at Kim. This is what a lot of girls look up to. So they look at it, they're like, yo, if I want the life Kim has, the Kylie has, I need to look like this. So a guy like that can be like, yo, I want you, so I could take care of you. But
I think the BBL gives the facade of money, if that makes sense. Because a bitch could get her body done and be broke still and be serving bottles and do shit like that. But the body done is like, okay, I spent money on myself. So this is what I expect money back. Because you see what this is worth. That's my opinion on a BBL.
I agree. I agree 100%. But I think most of the girls are doing it to try to attract.
I think it's the 98, right? The 98 too.
98% of girls are trying to do it to attract a guy to be like, yo,
you got money.
That's my, because I see memes all the time. They're like, yo, that's crazy. You want to spend 10 bands in DR, but you're going back home to the project. Like,
hell yeah. Like anybody who gets their body done and still works in the club and, do your thing, whatever. But if you get your body done and you still work in the club, to me, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, and that's the thing though. Like a lot of things, like priorities. Like when I first signed, I was spending money retarded on stupid shit, and then you really think about no, just everything, just a lot of different things, clothes, cars, whatever, stupid shit. But then if you really think about it, how can you be doing that when, for instance, like let's say if your mom needs money or your brother, you need to pay for your brother's school, shit like that. It's just like it kind of puts things into perspective because it's just like, damn, I'm over here really putting a girl that I don't even know over my family or over priorities that I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So, but that all comes with maturity. So it's like, as you mature, people be like, they start getting they understand a little more. Then on top of that, when you're 21 and you got millions in your account, you're just like,
fuck it. I'm 21. Let's live life. I'm living life. So the moral of the story is you stop tricking after a couple of years, huh?
Now, the moral of the story is that no, that's not the moral story.
Yeah, what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story, I think, is that like everyone has their phase where they go through obviously the whole phase as an athlete. But the moral of the story, because I'm speaking for my athletes, is that we as guys, for the most part, we all do want that girl that's gonna hold us down and support us. Because that's another thing, bro. Being an athlete, like that's been the biggest flaw in my relationships, is being an athlete, because traveling trust issues, because it's like, okay, if I'm dating you and I'm in Miami this weekend playing, it's like what are you doing in Miami?
Bitch, what you doing? Like, call me, FaceTime me every time you're not on the field.
So it's just like traveling, time. Like if I look at my past relationships, a lot of it has been because I've been traveling and I'm not physically there. And it's just like, if you know how it is if you're not physically there for somebody. It's like after a while, it gets kind of like, yo, what's up,
What you doing?
And finding a girl that's gonna support you. Like, bro, how many girls not because not a lot of girls, but girls that before I signed that I was like trying to talk to, and then after I signed, it was like, oh, what's up?
After that blue check hit, they were like, yo, what's up? I'm sorry, I didn't see your text 2 months ago, but I'm back.
That goes to show you, and then it's up to you whether you decide to entertain it or not.
Did you entertain it? Truthfully,
some of them it was kind of like a revenge thing, like kind of to be like, be like, yo, like I got like a personal like a personal revenge
vendetta.
Thing. Like vendetta, that I was like, I did it. Like,
we did it, Joe. We did it. Like notoriety is everything to people, whether you're a female or you're a male. It's a sad truth, but notoriety is everything. If people 100%. Know who you are and can't touch you, they want to. What'd you say?
I said I've lost a couple girls to some famous people.
Yeah, because it's just like, okay, everybody wants to be around you, but you want to be around me, so let me just pop out. But they don't even know what the level of wanting to be around you is.
Yeah, so it's just I think it's just surrounding yourself with people that's gonna support you. And when it comes to the girl stuff, it's just like I don't know, man. Girls. One, y'all got it so easy. Y'all could go anywhere without any money. Really, if you're pretty, no, for real, you could legit do a whole trip for like a week without spending any money. If you know how to play your cards right as a girl.
I'll say there is truth to that. I'll go downtown sometimes and I'll spend $10 and I'll come home drunk as fuck. Fed, drunk, everything. Exactly. I'm just like, yo, I'm $10 out.
I just had the time of my life, and I didn't even spend money.
So, does that suck as a male? Especially like an athlete, when people come out with you, they expect you to spend money. Let's just put it out there. God, no matter what, that's the first thing.
When I first signed, I was paying for, but that was because that was my stupidity. Because you also feel like, you if you don't pay, you feel like people are gonna be like, damn, this nigga just signed. Why is he not paying for stuff? Oh, he's mad cheap. Yo, this nigga just signed. Why is he like making us pay, right? And then if you do pay, you're just like, you get tired of paying it all the time. Because you're like, bro, all you are just seeing. And I've been through that. One time I walked out on a bill because all my friends were like just like ordering mad shit. And they invited girls and the girls started ordering mad shit. And then like the thing I ordered, they ate it. And I was just like, bro, yo, it was in Pergola. I was so bad. And I told him, I was like, I told the waiter, I was like, yo, just charge me for what I ordered and then charge them for the rest. And I walked out and I was like, yo, what happened? Because it was just like, bro, I didn't have a seat. They took all the seats.
You were just standing there like, damn, I'm a sucker.
Yeah, and I'm just like, bro. But like that, when I first signed, I used to go out, I was paying for everything. And I wish I had friends that was like yo,
nah, you good. Don't pay for
it. Yeah, nah, chill or whatever, because those are the people that's really looking out for you. And
I don't like, okay, so from a female perspective of that, in my opinion, and this, I don't really give a fuck. If I go out, if I'm any dude that I've ever fucked with on a serious level, whenever I brought in my friend or friends around, I do expect the guy to cover my friend's tab.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It just is what it is. That's what I expect. So when a guy doesn't, it's weird to me.
Especially if I invite you out. If I'm like, whatever. But if you like come and just show up with mad people, and then
that's different though. Like then you got to be like, okay, I didn't plan for all that. But if it's just me, you, my homegirl, or me, you, my two homegirls, then it's like
that's different.
Then it's like, damn. So I'm gonna tell them to come out of pocket. But if we all like, if we meet up at the club or something, or like at a bar, not the club. Let's say we at the bar and you're like, oh, come through, kick it, whatever. And I just bring two girls for comfort. Right, but I'm saying you're inviting me. But if I bring two girls without telling you and we're all at the bar, they could order their own drinks and they could order their own thing on their time.
Because I'm inviting you to my space. Does that make sense? It's like
even at the bar though?
I mean, I wouldn't be at a bar though.
I mean, but you could be.
I'll be at the table. But
regular. Be regular.
If I'm inviting you into my space, I'm like, yo, but that's different because at the end of the day, that's how it's taken care of. It's about it, whatever. But I'm talking about like if you just show up, like with just random people, and that's happened to me. When people show up around with niggas, with girls, and then like at the end they would just act crazy, like act like oh shit, the bill came, and turn around, and you're just like, bro, you brought a guy, your homegirl bought a guy, like you know.
That's weird to me. Like, how do you deal with that being
like the other day I was I was out. My homegirl was like, yo, come. There was no tables, right? Like, while I was at no table. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm out. She was like, no, you could sit at my table. But she was with like 6 girls. And I was like, I already know if I sit at this table, I'm going to have to, cool,
you
whatever.
To pay the tab, yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to sit at the table. And then one of the two out of this, like 5 girls, 2 of the girls had like boyfriends and they came. Whatever. So she introduced, like, oh, here's my friend who plays baseball.
Why does that have to be the first thing that comes out? This is my boy, he played baseball, boom.
I don't know, because that's how guys bond, like, over sports and shit. So once you're like, oh, hey, it's good, but oh, shit, you play baseball, you play whatever, football,
what position you play?
Yeah, it becomes like a bonding thing. So then it was 3 guys and like 6 girls. So then the bill comes. And I was like, bro, I told her, sure, I was like, I don't mind paying, but like, I was like, I'm supposed to be
splitting it, yeah, with the guys at least.
And I was like, I'll split it with these 2 guys. We'll split it 3 ways. But the guy was acting like come on, like if he was like
you owe him.
Like I owe him. Like I was like, bro, I don't even know you. So I told him straight. I told the waiter, I was like, yo, split it 3 ways. I'll split it with these 3 guys. So they came with 3 things, and I was like, boom, I gave him my card, and the guy was like, kind of like looking at me, like kind of like looking at the thing, and like, and I was like, I told him straight, like, bro, I split it 3 ways. I was like, that shit, like, I don't know how else to. You thought I was gonna pay for all 10 people, like. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. Just situations like that come around, it just gets like weird and awkward. And
I think the expectations come with the blue check and come with a title of athlete. It's like, 100%. Yo.
Because then if you don't do it, people look at you like kind of like.
But I don't see why it's weird to me. But I've had, I mean, regular people do that shit too. Right. Like, blue check. People don't see that. People look at Instagram and they look at like the blue check and they look at everything as a validation of what you owe someone else when you're around them. Like, oh, you this, you that. But it's like, why do I need to pay for you?
I mean, that's what I was. That's when I got tight because when that girl was like, yo, like she kind of mentioned something. I kind of heard it. Like I didn't really hear what she said, but I was like, yo, like I so shit up. Like you fucking me, like, and it wasn't because. It was just the way because this is how it happened. It wasn't because I invited the girl. And she was like, I'm bringing 2 girls. It was like, okay, I'm going to come. She saw her friend, a couple friends there. And was like, oh. And then those girls decided to come, like, kind of like drift over and sit down. And was like, oh, cool. And next you know, they're ordering shit and this. And then.
Let me get 3 bottles of 1942. And then 4 aces stayed.
And it's just like, bro, where the fuck were you? Like, who are you sitting with that you just, like, automatically came over here? And it just, I don't know. It depends. I guess it depends on people. But I've been in both situations where I feel like weird if I don't pay. So I take
fuck
my
I'm gonna pay and just mind my business.
And then I'm just like, fuck. Like, why did I just pay for all these people? Like, I didn't have to pay for. You know
why did I come? I should have stayed home.
And that's why it's cool to surround yourself with good people and boss ass bitches. Because on my birthday, I had a group of people. You wasn't almost here for my birthday. On my birthday, I had a group of people, and it was my birthday.
Do you feel you're asking me should a guy pay on his birthday?
Everybody was like kind of like the taque was like, oh, like, they gave it to me, and I'm like, damn, it's my birthday. And my 2 homegirls, bro, I love them. My 2 homegirls was like, yo, it's your birthday, I got you. I don't know about them, but I got you. And they ended up paying for me, but she was like, it's your birthday, you shouldn't pay on your birthday. But you know how many times that happens on people's birthday? That is the person's birthday and they expect the person's birthday to pay?
I've had, okay, so I went out.
My birthday, I'm going to pay $3,000.
Pay for hella people, right? Nah, I literally, one of my closest guy friends, if you're my close guy friend, I'm going to pay for you. If you're my nigga, I'm going to pay for you. Because it's like, it's your birthday. Because how I feel is, I don't want to pay for shit on my birthday. When I pay for shit on my birthday, I'm like, I got the sour face. Like, bitch, it's my birthday. Why the fuck am I paying? I do think that there's no.
Homegirls, I was gonna end up.
You were gonna have to front it all, yeah. That shit's shitty.
Because too is like, you sound whack. Kind of like, yo, like kind of be like, yo, y'all not gonna. I don't know. It just sounds weird.
You don't. Whenever you ask somebody for something that should be given without asking, you sound lame because you're like, damn, why am I expecting it? Because obviously this is what they're trying to offer. So if I gotta ask you for it, now I look lame. But no, I had.
So I stopped putting myself in those positions because I've had girls be like, "Yo, I'm gonna be out here with 3 or 4 from 5 my girls." I was like, "Oh yeah,
that's cool. I'm gonna stay home.
Fuck it. Later."
Nah, for sure.
I know what's gonna turn out to, and it's not the fact, and it's not the principle of not paying because it's not about being cheap or not paying. It's just about if you really think about it, like. For instance, if there's 5 people and the dinner or whatever comes out to $1,500 when it could have been $300-400. But that's another $1,000 that you could have used for your brother, for your mother, for your mother's rent, for your thing.
Right,
you know
but do you see how you automatically said it's not me being cheap? But how is that you being cheap? You know what I mean? Like $300-400 for a dinner is still not cheap.
But people see it as cheap, though. That's the thing, especially girls and stuff.
But it's because of your title, and it's like, yo, why do you feel that way? Because a regular guy, people not expecting that.
If I was a real estate agent paying $400,
if you were a real estate agent,
wow,
they would say, let's split the check. Fuck it.
He did a really good thing for me.
Right. Like, oh my God, thank you.
You're an athlete.
That you owe it.
That you owe it. And it's crazy because not every athlete is there. Especially a lot of these kids on rookie contracts, a lot of people, making league minimum. It's not like they don't have millions and millions of dollars like a lot of people do.
I don't think people understand too. A lot of people looking into it, especially like, a lot of women. You don't know.
I lost a girl to James Harden, right? So I was like, I was a little tight.
You lost a girl to James Harden, so it was definitely the money.
Definitely, exactly. So, but that nigga flew him and like 6 other friends on a private jet. And what am I gonna do?
Yeah, fuck it.
James Harden got it. It's like, yo, gotta salute you, bro. Like, you know, like I gotta respect the game. That nigga got money, and they were all on it. So, you get what I'm saying? So it's just like that was definitely for money though, because that nigga was horrible.
That's what you think. Nah, James Harden. I think it's the range of hairdos for me. The beard is always solid, but it's the braids.
He's fly though.
The high fro. Like, he's fly though. I'll give him that. He got money though, and he's been in the league for a while. I give respect when you know who Lunay is. Lunay. Yeah, the Spanish dude. You kind of look like him.
I told him I was like, yo, that's a good one. If I'm gonna lose to somebody, that's a good
then fuck it.
But James Harden, it's like nah. Because if you look at the girls, don't even like. You know
what it is.
But that saved me in the long term of me wasting my time and my money.
And your money, right?
It's like it's cool having fun. It's cool fucking mad bitches, but like it's no substance to it when you don't have that person you can come home with and actually be yourself with. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be able to come home and actually be who you truly are and not be like, oh, put up in front. Like, so until I find that, I'm gonna be doing me. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, why are you single? Blah blah. Because I haven't found somebody that caught my attention enough to be like, yo, that's gonna want me to settle down. You know, and be like, oh, okay, let me take this girl serious. Because for me, when it comes to a relationship, it needs to be friendship, not a friendship, but my girl gotta be like my best friend, like my nigga, but then my lover, like that I could be mad cool with my girl, like that we could talk shit about people together, like you know, like just like if she's
people
my best
watching
friend.
shit.
Yeah, like she's my best friend. So a lot of, and that's another thing. A lot of girls will be like, oh, you just not ready for commitment. It's not that I'm ready for commitment. You just not my type for me to commit to.
Do you have a tax bracket on where your girl has to be at?
Not
honestly, because what if, okay, let's say your girl's unemployed completely and she got a good ass personality.
Not at all. But it would be nice for like a girl to reciprocate thing. I'm not saying like she has to be like, oh, let me take you out to eat every time. But like every once in a while it'd be cool. Like, oh, here, let's like it's cool when a girl got that because it shows that at least they have some type of moral, that they don't depend on somebody so much that they're just gonna live off of somebody. So like, and it's not about like, oh, that he don't got it or that, because it doesn't. To me, it doesn't matter the tax. Most of these girls don't have a tax bracket. 98% of them, 99.
That's the 98.
99% of them that you see, they don't have good jobs. They don't make good money. So it's just like, and that's fine. But like for me, it's just like.
You don't look at their money, which is crazy because that's the opposite. I feel like how women look at it, especially when it comes to somebody with a blue check, somebody who's signed to a team or to a label. The first thing you look at is, like you said, security. You're looking at money, you're looking at security as a female, but a male doesn't look at it.
You look at somebody you're gonna vibe with, that you're gonna be dope with, like that you're gonna have fun with. Because at the end of the day, like, it's not like the money is not really gonna make a big difference, you know. It's not like I'm dating Beyonce where she's a millionaire or billionaire that's gonna be like it's gonna affect me.
Mm-hmm.
The difference, you know what I mean? Because like the only thing that I look for is for a girl to have some type of like ambition, that she's drive, not that she's not lazy, that she wants to do something with her life, and somebody that's gonna do that. That's, every once in a while is gonna reciprocate your energy in terms of like. Doesn't have to be gifts, but just like that you see that she's trying. You know,
how you know the difference though? Like if you're coming into dating a lot different than I'm gonna be dating someone that the guy that I'm gonna like. You never know. You know what I mean? The way that you experience dating is a lot different than other people, and it's specifically because of where your statute is. And the people that you meet and the people you're around, they know what you do. So the women know what they're looking for, whether they only want money for you or they're getting to know you. So how do you differentiate how do you know when a woman's looking for you for money or when she's genuinely there for you?
You just pick up on little signs, like little things, like I don't know. I've dated.
She asked you what your net worth is.
Yeah, shit like that, like or like I dead ass had a girl ask me that, like, yo, how much money you have in the bank? Like just straight up, like, yo, how much money you got in the bank?
But like joking or dead ass?
Joking, but it was serious.
Like, she was like, nah, but for real.
No, yeah, nah, but for real. So it's just like you pick up on little things that just like me, like I told you, I'm very observant, so I start picking up on little things that's just like you could tell. That's the thing. Like for me, I could tell like when a woman got it and when a woman don't, or when a woman don't got it but she's trying, or when a woman don't got it but she's like making a false, like acting like she got it. You can see that in a woman when you hang out with them enough. You can see what type of woman is like. What type of I've gone out with girls and they'll be like, yo, I'm gonna pay for you, or they'll take out their card, and I'm just like, a lot of people do that too, just to like put up a front, but they'll take out their card, like just as like, and like, even though just the effort of taking out their card shows you like, damn, like,
I fuck with you.
She don't need like your like, you know what I'm saying? Just like that shows you like, okay, and there's girls that are really like that really would do that for you. So.
Cash App him some lunch money today, ladies, if you really want to make a difference, okay?
Yeah.
Right. He's like, yeah, fuck it. A lunch all week. You're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. We've had a long chat. You know, it was a slow start, but I fuck with you. You hopped in on it. I like the blonde hair. Came out with your tattoos. And
I kept it kind of PG. Maybe we'll do another one once like more rated R.
Yeah. I need you to get rated R. You kept it PG because we're not there yet, but you know what? We're gonna get there. And I'm gonna bring your ass back on.